It's no secret I love a great silhouette. I come from a graphic design background and I just love to play with the shapes and the composition and the color when you put subjects against the late day sky. Today I'm going to share with you 5 steps to a great silhouette. Step 1 is to get low or put your subject up on a hill. You want to get your subject up against the open sky. And so if you have a hill to put them on, that's great. Otherwise, I end up actually laying in the grass a lot to be able to see as much of their shape as possible up against the sky. Step 2 is to get your subjects in a clear area. Silhouettes are really all about shapes, and so you don't want the shape of your subject to be merging with the shape of a tree or a bush or some other object on the horizon. Step 3 is to expose for the sky. Now this is the biggest mistake I see photographers make when they're trying to create silhouettes. If the sky is washed out, there won't be much color, there won't be a lot of texture, and you don't need to see any detail in the actual subject, they're just a shape. And so exposing for the sky will give you the most color and richness and detail. And how I do it is I just point my camera up at the sky and meter it. I look through the camera and look at the meter, and I set my camera accordingly. And this means I'm often shooting my silhouettes at low ISO. Step 4 is to set your white balance to cloudy or shade. When the camera is on auto white balance and you point it at a warm sunset sky, it's actually going to try and cool down the color in order to compensate for all that warmth. If you set your camera white balance to cloudy or shade, it will force it to stay the nice golden color that it is. Step 5 is to pose for shapes. As I said earlier, silhouettes are really about shapes and graphical elements. So if you have a person facing the camera, all you're just going to see is a blob. So when I have people standing, I almost always have them in silhouette, so you can actually see the shape of their profile. Another thing you can do is have fun with action, have people riding or walking their horse or jumping in the air, anything that's going to create a shape that's going to give interest to the photo. Well, that's it, 5 simple steps to a great silhouette. If you're liking these videos, please leave a comment or a like or subscribe, and I will see you next week.